Samuel Alexander Mudd Sr., December 20th, 1833 to January 10th, 1883, was an American physician who was imprisoned for conspiring with John Wilkes Booth concerning the assassination of Abraham Lincoln. I'm not going to talk about Glen Haven Memorial Park. Moll Dyer, circa 1697, is the name of a legendary 17th century resident of Leonardtown, Maryland, who is said to have been accused of witchcraft and chased out of her home by the local townsfolk on a winter night. Her body was allegedly found a few days later, partially frozen to a large stone. You can read more on Wikipedia. I'm not going to be talking about the Devil's Barnyard. This is a popular folklore, if you know. The Goatman is a popular urban legend from Prince George's County, Maryland, describing a half-man, half-goat creature. The stories often depict the Goatman as a violent figure rumored to stalk and attack in the area. While the legend has various origins and iterations, it persists as a local scare story, even inspiring haunted houses and media productions. The legend gained traction in the 1970s, possibly rooted in disappearances of pets in the area. The Goatman is typically described as having a human face and upper body, but a goat's body and legs, often resembling a hairy humanoid or a fawn. The Goatman is said to dwell in wooded areas, particularly near the eastern edge of Prince George's County, while some legends placing him near abandoned trailer parks. He is often depicted as a dangerous creature rumored to prey on living things, including animals and humans, according to Wikipedia. The Goatman legend has become a well-known part of local folklore, even appearing in various media, including movies, documentaries, and haunted houses. Okay, this is on Heretics Birds. Okay, said to be the oldest ghost story in American history, the legend of Blue Dog dates back to the 1700s in Port Tobacco, Maryland. Here, legend has it that late one night, a man named Charles Thomas Sims entered a tavern with his faithful hound Blue Dog. Sims proceeded to brag to the locals about his wealth in gold and ownership of a deed to a rather large estate. After a long night of drinking, Sims and his dog departed, only to be stalked by a man named Henry Haynos, who wanted to rob Sims of his gold. A fight ensued on Rose Hill Road, and ultimately both Sims and Blue Dog were killed. Haynos then buried Sims' gold under a large holly tree on the same road, where he planned to retrieve it. Once the dust had settled. However, when he returned to the tree some 3 days later, he was scared off by the ghost of Blue Dog, who had returned to protect his master's treasure. To this day, the locals say that every February 8th, on the anniversary of the robbery, Blue Dog can be heard howling by the tree and waiting for his master to return for his treasure. Okay, this one is about a lighthouse. Hold on. I guess I'll just read it from Wikipedia. Point Lookout Light is a lighthouse that marks the entrance to the Potomac River at the southernmost tip of Maryland's western shore of the Chesapeake Bay, south of the town of Scotland in St. Mary's County, Maryland, USA. The lighthouse is located in Point Lookout State Park. It is not open to the public. Okay, the Weeping Widow of Surrey House is a local legend in Maryland, specifically associated with Point Lookout State Park. The story tells of a woman who drowned after being betrayed by her fiancé, and is said to haunt the area. While it's difficult to find specific details about the story, it's a well-known part of the park's folklore. Lastly is Governor's Bridge. Okay. One of the most enduring legends associated with Governor's Bridge is the tragic tale of a young woman in the 1970s who threw her infant baby off the bridge into the cold waters of the Patuxent River. She then jumped in after her baby and both were never seen alive again. The bridge has been dubbed the Crybaby Bridge by locals who claim to have seen the apparition of the woman holding her baby crying on the bridge crying. Others have reported hearing the baby's cries when passing over. So, yeah. Bye, guys.